Chris Wallace here, advisor to men, back with another ATM news. This one we're going to deal with is called Why You Don't Click with Someone. Defender, we've all been there. You meet someone new. It might be a woman you're interested in, a man you're networking with, or simply a stranger you sit beside. You try to connect, but something feels flat. Maybe you find yourself walking away thinking, why didn't that work? Is there something wrong with me? Was it them? Was it the situation? It's important to know that this is not mysterious. There are only a few reasons why you failed to click with someone else. Understanding them can help prevent shame from taking over. Reason one, you might be distracted or triggered. The first reason is simple. You're just not fully present. Your own nervous system might be preoccupied. Maybe you are running on little sleep, or you're hungry, or you're weighed down by stress. Maybe something in the environment is pulling your attention. When your system is already dealing with fatigue, with hunger, with distraction, with unresolved problems, you can't focus fully on the person in front of you. The nervous system mostly places survival needs first. Connection comes second. This does not mean that you are broken or incapable of bonding. It means that your system was preoccupied and temporarily offline. That happens to everyone. The next time you feel flat in a social situation, pause. Wait a second. Say, am I tired? Am I hungry? Am I distracted? Am I preoccupied? Sometimes the gap is not about the other person at all. It's about your state in that moment. Cut yourself some slack too, brother. Avoid judging yourself too harshly. Reason number two, you don't find common ground. The second reason is that you and the other person don't have much in common. Humans are drawn to similarity. We like people who are like us, at least somewhat. The same values, the same habits, the same backgrounds. The familiarity of shared experience is what creates trust between us. If there's no overlap, the nervous system tends to stay guarded. You might respect the person and maintain cordiality, but you won't feel an easy flow of connection. Think of conversations where you search for topics and the energy never quite lands. You might even remember shuffling your feet or looking at the ceiling and having very little to say. This is not so much failure as it is recognition you do not have to bond deeply with everyone. You can still keep the interaction polite and respectful and simply recognize that you don't have much in common. More importantly, you do not need to feel shame about it. Let's go to reason number three. Ego defenses block closeness. See, the third reason is more subtle, but it's fairly common. Either you or the other person may be using ego defenses. I remember coming back from a wedding in Cabo San Lucas with Mrs. and being pulled over by the border security in Canada. They wanted to look at my laptop. Mrs. was so nervous that she couldn't stop laughing the whole fucking time. A woman agent brought her a bottle of water and she took a big sip out of it and she choked and she spit it all over the place. One of the border agents had to go get a mop and a pail to clean it up. Finally, after looking through my pictures, they sent us on our way. It took Mrs. about 30 minutes to calm down. I knew right then that if ever came down to it, she would never be Bonnie to my Clyde. I was fine with that. We still laugh about it. You see, ego defenses are ways the nervous system tries to protect the heart when it feels unsafe. Common defenses can appear like joking, rationalizing, minimizing, changing the subject, avoiding eye contact, etc., etc. They can also appear as talking too much, dominating the conversation, or intellectualizing everything so that feelings never surface. It can also appear as the inability to stop laughing and difficulty swallowing. The point is when subconscious ego defenses are actively employed to avoid emotional closeness, we shouldn't be surprised that closeness doesn't happen. The conversation will stay shallow because one or both of you is defending against vulnerability. That's how it works. This is especially important in dating and just as relevant in marriages. Many men walk away from first encounters with women feeling confused, ashamed, or even angry that there was no spark. They tell themselves that they must be uninteresting, but often the truth is simpler. Either he was defended or she was defended or both. And two defended nervous systems cannot very well connect. So here's a warning. Use this knowledge wisely. When you learn about ego defenses, you gain insight to both yourself and to others, and this is powerful. You begin to see that defensiveness in people is less about malice and more about protection and used when belonging, morality, or safety is under threat. But it's not your role to become a psychiatrist to your girlfriend, to your wife, or to your friends. Do not weaponize this knowledge by pointing out their defenses. That usually only creates more defensiveness. Instead, hold the knowledge quietly. Let it help you respond sympathetically. When you see someone defending, remember, they're just protecting themselves from shame or rejection. Steady yourself and show kindness from strength. This is the mark of a mature man. He does not pity using condescension or patronize with enabling. He does not analyze people out loud. He simply understands what is happening and responds securely. So let's bring all of this together. So the next time you don't click with someone, remember these three responses. You may be distracted or triggered by your own body state. You may simply have little in common, or ego defenses may be blocking emotional closeness. This framework takes away the mystery. It removes unnecessary shame. You can check yourself, recognize the limits of the situation, and accept what is. If you need to cop to being distracted, sweep your side of the street. I'm distracted, you say. You can also stop wasting energy blaming yourself or others, given it's unlikely you'll connect with everyone that you meet. And when others are defensive, you won't take offense. Instead, you'll see the protection behind the defense and not take it personally. This is what a defender of character does as he notices and understands and responds with masculine power and love in defense of meaning and freedom. I hope this helps. Got any questions, comments, feedback, advice, respond here or in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer. Stay powerful, true, and free.